Good morning, everyone. Let us start this session. So during the last lecture, this problem was given to find out the differential equation by using Newton's second law. Okay. So this is a damped vibratory system where a mass M is connected to the rod having the length A. This rod is pivoted at the point O. And for very small angular displacement theta, we should find out the differential equation of motion. Okay. So here, the first system, it is the static equilibrium position. So from this static equilibrium position, so this dotted line, it represents the mean position. Okay. We have assumed the system is displaced in the clockwise direction by very small angular displacement theta. Okay. So I will redraw the displaced position again. So this line, it represents the static equilibrium position. This is the pivot point. So this is the hinge. And about this hinge point or the pivot point, the complete system is oscillating. Okay. So after small angular displacement, this is the displaced position. Okay. So initially, this is the mass at the equilibrium position. After angular displacement theta, so this is theta. This is the displaced position for the mass. Okay. So from this point up to this point, we assume the linear displacement of the mass. So this linear displacement, it is taken as a x. You can use any other variable. So this is the x displacement. Okay. So at the same time, so this point, it is the point where this spring and damper are connected. Okay. So this spring with respect to this free length, so this spring K, it will deform. So this is the point. So let us take this point as a M. So this is the M dash point. Okay. So this displacement, it is the deformation of the spring. Okay. At the same time, the damper C, it will get compressed with the same displacement. Okay. So let us assume this displacement as a Y displacement. So this Y and X, these are the linear parameters. Okay. So actually the system is not linear vibration, it is the rotational. Okay. So we need to convert this Y and X in terms of theta. Okay. So to convert this parameter X and Y in terms of theta, this total length, this is L. Okay. And this length up to the point M. So this is given as A. Okay. So for very small angle theta, so actually this side Y, if you consider this as a right angle triangle, so this is the Y and this is A. Okay. So for very small angle theta, so we can assume this small segment. So it is the part of the circle. Okay. So we can consider this as a small segment for this sector. And then we can use Y is equal to A into theta. Okay. So this is the first relation between A and theta. Sorry, relation between y and theta. Similarly, for this x, so this total length, this is the L, and this is the linear displacement x. Okay. So again, we can consider this is the part of the circle, and this is the displacement x. So we can write x is equal to L into theta. Okay. So after this, we should use the Newton's second law. So for the Newton's second law, as this is a rotational system, so our equation will be summation of the torque, these are the external torque, is equal to the inertia torque. So this is the I alpha. So external torque means this is the torque because of the spring and damper, and inertia torque, it is because of the mass. Okay. So first consider the left hand side, these are the external torques. So first show the force vector because of the spring and because of the damper. Okay. So this is the line of action for the damper force. So I will write here FD. Along the same line in the upward direction, this is the spring force, which is the Fk. Okay. So spring force and the damper force, they will act in the opposite direction of the displacement. Okay. As the point M, it is displaced in the downward direction, and therefore FD and Fk, they are in the opposite direction. Okay. So FD, that is a damping force, its general equation is C into y dot, as y is the displacement for that damper. So y dot will be velocity. So damping force is proportional to the velocity. So we will write this in terms of theta. So y is a theta. So y dot is a into theta dot. So this is the FD. Then spring force Fk, this is equal to k into deformation, that is a y, and y is equal to a theta. So we will have k a theta. This is the Fk force. Okay. Now here we want to find out the torque. So we should take the torque by Fd and Fk about the point of rotation. So here complete system is rotating about this point. That is a pivot point. So let us take this point as a O. So for the torque, we should find out the perpendicular distance of this force Fd and force Fk. So this perpendicular distance, the line of action is same for Fk and Fd. Okay. So here a distance, it will become the perpendicular distance. So I will write the first torque. So it is a damper. So Fd into perpendicular distance is a, and it is in the anti-clockwise direction. So this is the direction of the torque, that is external torque because of the Fd and Fk, plus Fk into a, and this is equal to the inertia torque. Okay. So for this torque, x is the displacement, which is in the downward direction. So we will have the vector, that is the inertia vector, which is m x double dot. Okay. So this is the inertia vector mx double dot for the linear displacement of this mass m. Okay. As we are interested in inertia torque, so this is I alpha. So for the inertia torque, we should take the moment by this vector. So actually this is a force vector, inertia force, and its perpendicular distance, it is the L distance with respect to point O. So I will write here mx double dot, this is the force, into perpendicular distance is L, and this moment, it is in the clockwise direction. Okay. So this is negative. So now put the value of Fd, Fk, and x. Okay. So x in terms of theta, This is L theta. So x double dot, this is equal to L theta double dot. Okay. So put the value of FD and FK in this equation. So FD is equal to CA theta dot into A plus FK is KA theta into A is equal to minus M x is L theta double dot into L. Okay. So take this term on the left hand side. So we will get the complete equation. So M L square into theta double dot plus CA square theta dot plus KA square theta. This is equal to 0. Okay. So now the question is, as I have written here I alpha, and then I have written the inertia torque. So how this both the equations are same, I alpha and inertia torque. Okay. So this I alpha means alpha is the angular acceleration. So this is theta double dot. Okay. So I can write this as a I alpha is equal to I theta double dot. Okay. This I is the mass moment of inertia about the point of rotation. Okay. So observe this value. So the first term ml square, it represents the mass moment of inertia. Okay. Because the given system, it is just like a simple pendulum. Okay. Only it is in the horizontal direction. Okay. And this mass m, it is located at the distance L with respect to the point of rotation. Okay. So it will have the same moment of inertia as that of the simple pendulum. So it is ml square. This is the I value, and theta double dot, this is the angular acceleration. Okay. And therefore this right hand side, it is the inertia torque. So this complete equation we can write in the differential form as ml square, this is a d square theta upon dt square plus ca square d theta upon dt and plus ka square theta. This is equal to 0. Okay. So this is complete differential equation, or we can say this is the equation of motion for the given system. So it has three terms. The first one is the inertia, second is the damping, and third is the spring. Okay. So this is actually spring torque, damping torque, and the inertia torque. Okay, so refer this next problem. So for this problem, we have to determine the equivalent system parameter for a very small angular displacement theta. Okay. So this is an example of the inverted pendulum. Okay. So this is inverted compound pendulum. So this is the rod having the mass m. So this rod is pivoted at this point at distance L by 4 from its one end. Okay. And it is connected with a spring and damper. So spring having the stiffness K and the damper having the constant C. Okay. So actually this system, it is the rotational system. Okay. So if you want to vibrate this system, then we should give the displacement in this direction. Okay. So let us take this displacement is theta. So this is the initial displacement, and then system will vibrate by its own. Okay. So for this vibration, we have to find out what are the equivalent parameters. So what is meaning of equivalent parameters? So if you consider a simple spring mass and damper system, so this is simple linear system. Okay. So it is having the mass m, K is the spring constant, and C is the damping constant. Its equation, that is the equation of motion, is mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx is equal to 0. Okay. Or if you have the rotational system. Okay. So what is a rotational system? So this is one shaft. It is fixed at the one end. At the other end, a disc is connected having the mass moment of inertia as I. Okay. This rod, it is having the spring constant, which is a kT. And there is one viscous damper. Okay, so this damper, it is having the constant, that is a C. Okay, or this is a CT. So this is the torsional system or the rotational system. Okay, so this disc, it will rotate in this direction. So this is the angular rotation theta. Okay, so for this system, the equation, it will change. So here mass, it is replaced by the mass moment of inertia. X double dot, this is a theta double dot, plus this C, this is the CT, that is a torsional stiffness, torsional damping constant. X dot is theta dot, K is the KT, and X, it is the theta. Okay, so this is for the linear system, and this is for the rotational system. So this is just for a simple spring mass and damper system for linear and the rotational system. But if the system is like this, okay, then we should find out the equivalent parameters so that we can write the equation in this format. Okay, so we can write the equation as a M equivalent. So this is called as the equivalent parameter, X double dot plus C equivalent, X dot plus K equivalent into X is equal to 0. This is the linear equation. For rotation, this will become I equivalent into theta double dot plus C equivalent into theta dot plus K equivalent into theta. So this is the rotational equation. Okay. So by using Newton's second law or by using energy method, we will find out the differential equation of motion, that is the equation of motion. Okay. And then by rearranging the terms in that equation, we will find out the equivalent parameter. Okay, so we have to find out these values, I equivalent, C equivalent, and the K equivalent. So this is the given question. Okay, so we will use here the Newton's second law, because if the system is a rod-like system or the pendulum-like system, we should use the Newton's second law. Okay, so first step is we should draw the displaced position, and then we should draw the free body diagram. So this dotted line, it will represent the mean position of that inverted pendulum. Okay, so this is the pivot point. Now just imagine we have displaced the system in this direction by very small angular displacement theta. Okay, so this angle is theta. Now because of this angular displacement, this damper which is connected at the end point of that rod, it will be compressed. So this damper, it will offer the resistance in the opposite direction to the displacement. Okay, so as this is the displacement of the damper, so this is the damping force in the opposite direction. Okay, so this force is FD. This spring is connected at this point. Okay, so this is the deformation of the spring. See, this is the free length. So spring will get deformed with this displacement. Okay, and therefore it will offer the spring resistance in the opposite direction to the displacement. As the displacement is towards right side, spring force will be in the opposite direction. So this is the Fk. Okay, so these are the external forces Fd and the Fk. And as the rod, it is having the mass m, so it will have the inertia. Okay, so now for the rod, so this is the pivot point. and it is displaced in this direction, so it will just oscillate like an pendulum. Okay, so this is the displaced position. So we can directly write down here the inertia torque vector, which is I theta double dot in the same direction of the displacement theta. Okay, so I theta double dot, it is the inertia torque. So in the Newton's second law, the summation of torque, so these are the external torque, is equal to the inertia torque. Okay, so this inertia torque directly it will be I theta double dot. So I will show this vector. So this is I theta double dot. Okay, and it is in the clockwise direction, so we should write this as a minus. Then to find out the left hand side, that is the summation of the torque, we should find out the torque by Fd and Fk. Okay, so torque because of Fd, this is Fd into its perpendicular distance. So I will extend this line of action. So from this point up to this pivot point, this is the perpendicular distance for the torque. So this distance is given. So this is L by 4 and this is L by 2 plus L by 4. Okay, so this is 3 L by 4. So 3 L by 4 is the perpendicular distance for the Fd. For Fk, this is L by 2. So torque because of Fk is Fk into L by 2. And both these torques, they are in the anti-clockwise direction, therefore it is positive. Okay, so this is summation of torque and this is the inertia torque, that is I theta double dot. Okay. So now put the exact value of the Fd and Fk. So what is Fd? Fd is equal to the damping constant into its deformation. Okay, so let us assume this deformation as a x, so it is x dot. And Fk, this is spring constant into its deformation, so it is a y. So x is, so this is the x and this is y. So in terms of theta, we can write x is equal to, this is 3 L by 4 into theta, because from this point up to this point, the distance is 3 L by 4. Then for y, this is equal to L by 2 into theta. Okay, so write this equation Fd, this is equal to C into 3 L by 4 into theta dot, and ky is k into L by 2 into theta. So put these values in this equation. So we will get the equation as C 3 L by 4 into theta dot into 3 L by 4 plus k into L by 2 into theta into L by 2, and this is equal to minus I theta double dot. Okay. So just take this term on the left hand side. So we will get the equation as I theta double dot plus, this is 9 by 16 L square into C into theta dot, and plus L square by 4 into k into theta, this is equal to 0. Okay. So this is the equation of motion. Now here the I value, it is the mass moment of inertia about the point of rotation. So we should find out the moment of inertia about this point. So if you consider this rod, then it is pivoted at this point, not at the center of gravity. So this is L/4, and this is the center of gravity. So this is G. So this distance will be, so actually this is L/2. So with respect to center of gravity, its distance will be L/4. Okay. So by using parallel axis theorem, we know the standard value at this point, Ig. So Ig is equal to ml square by 12. Okay. We should find out the value IO about the point of rotation. So by using parallel axis theorem, this IO, this is equal to Ig plus mass into distance between the two axes square. So this is L/4 square. Okay. So put the value of Ig ml square by 12 and get the final value for I0. Okay. So here the actual value is I0. So these are called as equivalent parameters. So if you compare this equation with the standard equation for a simple spring mass and damper system, then we can easily identify the equivalent parameters. This is I0, that is I equivalent. This complete value, this is the C equivalent. So we try to find out the I0. I will write the remaining values. C equivalent is equal to C, that is a 9C L square by 16, and K equivalent is equal to K L square by 4. Okay. So these are called as equivalent parameters of the system. So these parameters, they are important if you want to find out the natural frequency and the damp natural frequency. Okay. So now we will solve some problems on the damp vibration by using the energy method. So specifically, if the system given, which consists of the roller or a disc, then we should use the energy method. Okay. Because this is the easiest method to solve such type of problems. Okay, so this is the given system. So this vibratory system, it consists a disc which is pivoted at its center point. Okay, so it can only rotate about this point. Then the mass m1 and m2, they are connected to this disc at radius capital R and the small r. The motion of this mass m, that is m1, it is constrained with the help of the damper C, and for mass m2, the motion is constrained with the help of the spring K. Okay, and the another spring is connected directly to the disc. So for very small angular displacement for this disc theta, we should find out the natural frequency. So question is, get the natural frequency, that is the equation, and the equation of motion. Okay, so we will solve this problem by using energy method.